Welcome to UC News, ucnewscanada.ca. The Canadian Crisis Response. I'm Dr. Dave. The Mayor and Council of Quinte West are causing inflation by actively driving Quinte residents into bankruptcy, engaging in monetary policies of fraud, theft, extortion of essential human needs, and illegal taxation by fraud affecting major markets. They have further attacked the basis of the economy to such extent as to be recognized at the highest level of authority as a major local threat to national security, working fully against the justice system and openly interfering with the public market of essential human needs. Inflation is caused when people seek more money but refuse to do any work that adds real value to goods and services. Instead, they simply take money from others by force, decreasing value by increasing themselves without basis. They don't want to work in stores. They don't want to lay tile, fix cars, or build houses. Instead, they focus entirely on taking from people whose work adds real value to our lives. And they spend our money stupidly to enrich themselves without limit or regard for impact on others. The Mayor and Council are now openly engaging in hate spending, then lying to get more. Spite spending is a direct result of contempt for Quinte residents, aimed entirely at displaying power and mocking citizens about their lack of recourse while being driven to bankruptcy, hunger, and homelessness, done without regard for law, as Criminal Code of Canada Sections 380(1), 322(1), 346(1), and 382 violations, respectively, accomplished by acts against humanity, rejection of the justice system, and Criminal Code violations of sedition under Section 59(1), with serious Section 15 Charter violations being written directly into City Hall policy, now grading into Section 12 war crimes. Citizens are paying fees for services they already paid taxes for. The Mayor has removed all places where people can post public notices. No public event the Mayor has not approved of is allowed. Throughout all government offices, from the Chamber of Commerce to the Downtown Business Improvement Association, and the Mayor further interferes with ministry mandates, including social services. Our downtown is in tatters, with boarded up windows and stores vacant for years, while the Mayor writes agreements with major businesses to locate on and permanently destroy critical waterfront, which they treat as a dump. There is a fee for finding out what spaces and services the city has to offer, ensuring that only those with deep pockets can do anything. The Mayor has ordered all city employees to silence, firing and replacing anyone who dares give out any information about public policy or helps citizens by obeying the law, saying that citizens must pay for public information, this being private, secret, and for profit. Anyone who defends citizens by obeying the principles and practices of the Canadian Constitution Act or by deferring to the foundational principles of the justice system is berated and attacked, told to shut up or be fired. All persons of competence obeying the law have been removed, as the Mayor openly commits accounting fraud by manipulating budget line items to achieve a desired outcome, smashing his hands into the table if anyone dares do anything without his permission, openly insulting and using degrading and demeaning language against citizens in City Hall meetings, saying only he has the right to decide. Citizens might be allowed to speak, but what they say does not matter. The Mayor openly attacks the justice system, aiming to undermine it and fully replace it. And this intent to overthrow the government and the justice system is written openly in City Hall policy. No citizen activity allowing the attainment of basic life security is allowed, there not being enough money in it for the mayor and council. Wetlands and farmlands are openly destroyed, as the productivity of this life-sustaining work is limited, as is any work that would provide an affordable life or affordable services for citizens. The mayor imposes taxes and fees proportional to what he wants, with no consideration for the lives of citizens, their interests or needs, or ability to pay, actively taking everything they have to destroy the basis of life and the economy, removing all places where those with little can grow food or enter the market, forcing them into the hands of those who seek income without labor. This being a massive Section 15 violation, as the mayor and council receive outrageous benefit from free land and buildings and everything handed to them. All we asked was that they obey the law and represent us, and we set the legal standard at the lowest level of competence, but they refuse to do, and instead have launched attacks and hate crimes against citizens. This being outrageous behavior for those who live on our social assistance, adding fees and engaging in activities far removed from any pressing and substantial concern, even as we are driven to ruin. The burden of proof being on the directors to provide a full explanation and to request consent of the governed. Why have our employees in government removed our legal rights to decide, having rejected all the critical elements of our Canadian Constitution without explanation? We gave them stable incomes, guaranteeing Section 7 life security, both denied to us. Why do we now find our employees working consistently against all the principles of the justice system to engage in significant and serious Criminal Code of Canada violations, from illegal taxation to fraud affecting major markets? We, the citizens, now make clear to this mayor and council, as we prepare charges to send them to prison, that the law is clear. The burden of proof is entirely on those who interfere with normal, healthy activities needed to make life work. You do not have that right, it being our right and freedom to decide how we wish to live. By equality under the law, we will further decide how we wish to direct our employees in government as to the work they must do for us in receipt of our social assistance.